For those of you in Lowell who work with me, we arrested some guys right up here in the bar that wouldn't call me a teddy bear. The Chancellor has asked me to come down and talk a little bit about the threat of terrorism and the importance of this new center here at the University of Massachusetts. I saw the videos from the cafe bombs in Israel when I traveled to the Middle East. And so I knew what it looked like. And when I got to the intersection of Ring Road and Boylston Street, there was no doubt in my mind that this was a terrorist event. Special units standing by, SWAT teams and EOD teams, explosive ordnance disposal team, bomb squads. And I said to Rick, I need everything you've got, and I need it at Ring Road as soon as possible. Rick said, I'm in Boston, I'm on the way, I'll be there in a couple of minutes. And he was, with a full SWAT and full EOD response. And so the work that you do in this center, the questions that we have that will be answered here and at places like this across the world will be critical to how we protect soft targets in the future. There are not enough police officers in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts to lock down 26.2 miles of a marathon. And quite frankly, whenever you have more than 100 people gather in any event, you have a soft target. You don't want police at every event. That's not the society that we live in. Everybody's asked me what we're going to do to stop this. We need more cameras. Is there a computer system? Is there a piece of software that will identify the suspects? None of those things will work. They're all helpful, but there is no magic bullet to deal with terrorism. I sincerely believe the answer to this lies in community policing and a tighter and closer relationship with communities throughout our city. We ask people in neighborhoods that are stricken with gun violence to cooperate with us, to trust us, to tell us what's going on. We need to enter that same conversation with communities that are engaged in this problem, because it's similar to crime in that way.
Commissioner said a couple things that I thought were perfect to tee up the practitioners panel, and a couple that we all should consider the following. When it comes to counterterrorism, we have to learn from the past, but we should not assume that future threats are going to act in the way that they did in the past. We also need to understand that the threat is not linear, and the sources of that threat are not static. They are constantly changing. We can't be reactive, we have to become proactive. And a way to do that is partly to change the mindset, as the Commissioner said, which is, well, it can't happen here. It can't happen here. Actually, it can.
We were talking earlier, see something, say something, right? Sure, it's a catchy little phrase, but how many people really take it serious? I was talking to somebody the other day that a security guy at a company said he was going into the parking garage and he saw a suitcase under the ramp, and he thought, oh, somebody left their suitcase there. When they got out of the car, they'll come back and get it. And then he said, I walked away and I thought, do I really want to be that guy? You know, the guy that didn't call, and called the bomb squad to come look at it. He says, it's a secure garage, you know, nobody else could get in here. And he thought, no, I'm not going to be that guy. So he called the police, the bomb squad came, and of course it was somebody who left their suitcase there. But that's the mentality that we have to get in. You know, do you want to be the person that, look what happened in DC last week, right? The guy goes on a rampage with a gun. Do you want to be the person that maybe had a funny feeling about him, that he was acting up at work, acting peculiar, being paranoid, you know, showing some, he had some mental health issues, and you don't tell anybody about it? I think we're going to see the frequency of these events continue to increase as they have, right? And as Nick said, it's so difficult. This problem is becoming much more difficult. And what's going to happen is, Al-Qaeda's not going to sit back and say, all right, we finally got the perfect formula. You know, they've never used the same formula twice. You know, here, what do we do in America? We get a playbook and we have a couple of them. They develop a play, they use it once, they throw it away.
The question to the state thereafter is, what do you do for security now? And if you recall, our next large-scale event after that was the 4th of July fireworks on the Esplanade. Another remarkable level of planning going into that, into what was already a strong plan, but has to be informed by what had just happened on April 15th. You wonder if you're within that mosque, whether you're the leader of it or, you know, any place of worship, whether you're the priest or the pastor, the parishioner, should I really call the police? That's a difficult decision to make because you want to encourage debate, you want to encourage participation and engagement, but you also, it's an and you fear that this might be more.